This is the so very wanted editing tutorial. Oh my god, I can speak. But anyway, the first thing you do is you select the background, just everything there and stuff. Sorry for the text, my friends and stuff. But you select all the background there, and this will come into play at the end, by the way. And just especially go down on the shadow and see if you got all of it. And you have to click anyway. I'll get to that in a second. But make sure you got everything on the shadow area over there. Unless you have shadow disabled, which I would recommend before you go and do that. And just get every part of the background that's in between the gaps like there. And just click it. You don't have to do anything, but you can click it. Then you go into the layers. Oh, whenever I do that. Go into the layers, and then you click that button at the top, and that's going to be clear layer. I did hit invert color a couple times. Yes, I hit it like 18 times, but it's just for safe measure, okay? And the next thing I do is I add a new layer, and I make it for the face. So I go and I change the size of the end and the top, and the end and the beginning of the brush. Well, oh my god. Wait, no. First, I smooth out some of the edges, which takes about like 30 seconds-ish. Not that long. I'll just let that play real quick. Oh my god. I spent like at least a minute trying to figure out if I wanted that or not, which I didn't. So don't know the point. Anyway, so after that, you go into you make another layer, make it normal, and then change the thing to black or the outline of the skin. And put it all the way, the thickness of the start and end all the way up, and go into the touching button and put on that and put it on linear. I hope that you know what that is. If you don't, I don't. Then make the brush like really thin and make like a curved line or just a line in general. And then for the eyebrows, make the end thickness to 0 and keep it on linear. And that should be perfect. And then you can just draw the eyebrows and stuff. Hope that isn't too hard to understand. I'm not the best at explaining. Also, this is going really fast because I do this stuff fast. Usually it takes me 29 minutes, but I was trying to slow down and stuff. The touch button is like the thing, and then you turn it on, and it's the one all the way to the right and not the one on the left. Or like the sharper brush. Then get a new layer and set it to multiply. And then select with the magic wand all the skin areas or whatever. And then I go down. You see how I went down like that? Please do that with your skin colors. It makes it look a bit more vibrant. Then turn off linear. I always forget to do that. I need to learn how to do that myself. But yeah. Okay, sorry for the cut. But try and go around the hair and around like the outline of the skin with it. I had to teach myself how to do this because the tutorials were not making any sense to me. But just go around the edges of the hair and the skin and even the eyes too. Which, shading the skin is hard, I'm going to be honest. It's like undertones, like red undertones, whatever. Red undertone, use an undertone color. This isn't exactly an undertone color, but it's close enough. Alright, red would be a good undertone color for maybe this, or like purple even might be a good one. But I would suggest red or maybe like a dark orange like this. But yeah, just go around the hands and stuff. And if you have like legs exposed or stomach exposed, go around that too. I would recommend more focusing on the legs at that, but this is a simple editing tutorial for like this character specifically. And then blur it. Go to the blur tool and blur it. Because most people don't do that, but if you don't, it looks weird. It looks a little bit more realistic this way, so you just blur it. I like to blur a lot of stuff, except for maybe like the hair and stuff, but I blur a lot of things. including the skin shading. It just makes it look a little bit more realistic, and it looks a lot better than if you weren't gonna. Because when I did it looked disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. It looks a little less disgusting now. And you may be thinking it don't look good right now, but trust me, it will. It will get better. Okay, after you blurred everything, you go in there and pull the opacity down to whatever you like. I like to have mine a little bit showing, but I also like it to be like kind of blending with the skin color a little bit more. Like around 30. I did that, but it really depends on the skin color. Then get rid of that, and then I blur like acne if you have acne on your character like that, to just make it look better and stuff. I have acne on my character because it's IRL character, but whatever. Then set another multiply, and then select all the hair with a magic wand. I'm not good at explaining, I'm so sorry. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit more tedious if you have like, and then do the same thing you did for the skin, make it more like an undertone color. And sometimes it's going to be a little bit more tedious if you have longer or different hair. Also, this is not going to work for everybody's OC. One, because they're all different. And like mine is very simple. Mine is a simple character. So, if you have a Gacha Club OC and we're looking to do this, I'm so sorry. But it is a Gacha Life OC. Yeah, it's a Gacha. And Gacha Club OCs are going to edit different than Gacha Life OCs, right? Well, no, I don't edit those different. Those take longer because it's more tedious with like the hair and certain parts. Curves are my worst enemy, I think, with this. Because even with the magic wand, it can be hard to stay in the lines with that stuff if another piece is nearby, so. And if you miss some pieces, go back and get those, But, yeah. So, I don't do thick lines. I do more. Oh, do them around the outlines. Do them around outlines like I'm doing here. Just do what I'm doing, basically, with your OC. Just go around the outlines of things and the hair and stuff. Luckily, my hair is a pretty simple, or not simple. It's easy hair to deal with. Just because it's so many separate lines that I have to do. It's way easier to different. I'm not gonna say it. Differentiate. Oh, I give up. You know what? I give up. And it's just easy to notice the difference between outlines and things that aren't. But with darker colors, it's going to be a lot more difficult. And black hair is going to be a whole different section that I have to cover. If I ever cover that. Because this isn't my main thing, by the way. I don't usually do this. I just felt bored today. And I just want to do some fun. But I wish school hadn't started back for me. Y'all are really lucky. To be honest. Because how come I don't get that? Like, y'all get to go back to school later. Y'all are... I'm not going to say that. I was going to say y'all are so lucky, but, like, are you, though? You still have to go back to school. But, yeah. Y'all are some... I don't know. Oh, and once you're done, lower the opacity to, like, not that low, but make it visible. And don't blur this because then it looks weird. And if you're not going to add a background, don't do the last part if you're not going to add a background. But I usually add shine, like a shine to the hair. Like with a lighter undertone color like that. And set a layer to add for that, by the way. But this time I wanted to do a background with this because it just looks so like bright. And it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted, but it's never gonna exactly turn out how you want, right? And then after that, I got rid of that, but whatever. Get another layer and set it to multiply. And then go for a blue color. Get a dark blue. Or like a darker, or just a blue. And then select the close. And just trace gently over the lines. Not as much as I did, probably. I don't usually do that much. And like curve at the ends and stuff. Don't make like super jagged lines like I did, but do something similar to me, I would say. Make the lines curved, don't be afraid to make curved lines. Don't do what I just did there. I do mess up too, I trust it. And then, do that with the outline coming out like a cliff. Make it curve inward like that, please. It looks a lot cleaner and stuff. If this works for you, I'm so glad. But if it doesn't, that's fine. Because everybody's going to see it's different. And they're going to need different editing times and stuff. And if yours takes longer than me, that's fine as well. Honestly, I didn't like how this ended up. How that looked. But it's fine. Sometimes it looks better once you get rid of the magic wand tool. And so, select the close when you're doing this with the magic wand tool. I feel like you should have guessed that. Or you can see what I'm doing and do that. I hope you're not blind watching this. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be, but I did like a knee outline for that for some reason. It didn't look bad exactly. It didn't look amazing. And do what I did with like the cliff there like that. Do something like that. And don't be afraid to make like curves on the outlines like that too. And copy the design from one leg to the other, because if you don't, then it looks wonky. It doesn't have to look the exact same, but it should look somewhat the same. Like that looks a lot the same. And then lower the opacity. It's like, I did 30, I changed the opacity, how much I lower and how high it is every time, to be honest with you. And then go to Pinterest, get a background.